In a world where we trust our devices more than we trust people, we forget one horrifying truth. The internet never forgets the dead. Tonight's 3 stories expose the darkest secret hiding inside your Wi-Fi. A presence that watches through webcams, speaks through static, and connects to networks that were never meant to hold a soul. You'll hear about the message that arrived after death, the video call that ended in a scream no one heard, and the spirit that now lives inside the signal itself, waiting for the moment your router blinks at 3:13 a.m. If you think ghosts haunt old houses, you're wrong. These spirits travel through the networks you use every day, and once they connect, they never disconnect. Welcome to the stories of the ghost that lives in Wi-Fi. Story Part 1. If your Wi-Fi ever slows down for no reason, don't restart the router, don't touch anything, because something might be using your connection. Something that isn't human and isn't supposed to exist. I first noticed the strange activity in my apartment on a Thursday night. It was around 1:17 a.m., the kind of hour when the world feels unnervingly quiet, when even the street dogs stop barking, and when the glow of a screen feels like the only heartbeat in the room. I was editing a project for work. Stable Wi-Fi was crucial, but for some reason, the connection kept dropping every 5 minutes. At first, I blamed the company. Then I blamed the cables. Then I blamed the router. But eventually, I realized I should have blamed myself for ignoring the signs. Because the problem didn't start with the Wi-Fi. It started with the mirror. 3 nights earlier, as I brushed my teeth, I noticed something in the corner of the mirror. A shape moving behind me. Just a blur. A shadow. I turned around quickly, but nothing was there. A cold feeling crawled up my spine, but I shrugged it off. Lack of sleep, I thought. My imagination acting wild. But the Wi-Fi knew before I did. It always does. That Thursday, every time the connection dropped, something else happened. First time, a soft, dragging sound against the floor, as if someone was slowly pulling their feet across the tiles. Second time, my phone screen lit up by itself. No notification, just light. Third time, the webcam on my laptop clicked. I heard it. A tiny mechanical tick as it turned slightly toward me. I froze. I used tape to cover the camera months ago. The tape was still there, but the camera behind it moved, adjusting its angle, stretching against the adhesive, trying to see. That was the moment I realized something was horribly wrong. My connection dropped again. The room temperature fell so sharply, I could almost see my breath. I knew I had to restart the router, but it was near the hallway that always felt darker than it should, even with the lights on. I stood up, slowly, carefully. As I stepped into the hallway, my phone buzzed. A message. Unknown number, just 3 words. Do not look. I stopped, heart pounding. I should have listened. But I turned. The hallway lights flickered. And at the far end of the corridor, where the shadows touched the floor like spilled ink, someone stood. Its head was bent at an unnatural angle, neck twisted as if broken. Its body flickered, not like a person, not like a ghost, but like a corrupted digital video struggling to load. A glitch in reality. Static crackled in the air. My router lights blinked rapidly, cycling like they were being overloaded by something I couldn't understand. The figure twitched, taking a step forward. Its legs didn't move the way legs should. They dragged, staggered, flickered. Every time my router blinked, it got closer. Blink, closer. Blink, closer. Blink. It was 5 feet away. Its face looked wrong. Instead of eyes, there were empty, dark sockets. The kind of hollow darkness you'd see if your router was unplugged and your device kept trying to reconnect. A searching darkness. It reached for me with a stuttering hand, freezing, restarting, freezing again like a broken video frame. That's when I ran. I slammed my bedroom door shut, pushed a table against it, then shoved a chair under the handle. Every object in the room felt useless against something that moved like bad data. My Wi-Fi connected again. A single notification popped up on my phone. An email from my own address. Subject: stop running. Body: it already lives here. Tears welled in my eyes. My breath hitched. Something scratched at the door, then stopped. Silence. I crawled to the corner of the room, holding my phone like people hold crucifixes. Then my laptop turned on. By itself. I swear I unplugged it. The screen flickered, loading a video. A live feed of my bedroom. From above, like a ceiling camera. I looked up. There was nothing there. Nothing but ordinary ceiling. But on the screen, I saw movement behind me. Slow, delicate, as if someone was lifting their head over my shoulder. I smelled cold, stale air. My skin crawled. The figure whispered, not in words, but in digital distortion, the sound of corrupted files, of a radio caught between stations. My phone buzzed again. Another message from the unknown number. It sees through signals. I turned off the Wi-Fi on my phone, but the message popped up again, and again, and again. Even with Wi-Fi off, my laptop screen went black. Then a single sentence appeared. When you connect, you invite it. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I went to the ISP office. Told them to cut off my internet permanently. The technician was confused, but he agreed. He sent a signal from their end. The Wi-Fi icon on my phone vanished. I felt relief rush through me. But then, his computer froze. Static crawled across the monitor. Then, a message appeared on his screen. UCANT, disconnect from what is already inside. He laughed nervously, thinking it was a glitch. A virus maybe, but I knew better. When I got home, my router was unplugged. And still, the Wi-Fi light was on. Blinking. Waiting. My phone vibrated. This time, a voice message. I pressed play. Static hissed. Then, the distorted whisper of something not meant to speak. If you see this message, you are already part of me. My screen glitched. Images of my home flashed. My bedroom, my kitchen, my mirror. Then finally, a frozen image of me, sleeping. But this image was dated 3 months before I ever saw the shadow in the mirror. I realized the truth. It didn't come because of the Wi-Fi. It was already here. The Wi-Fi only made it visible. For 3 months, it had been inside my devices, watching from cameras, listening through speakers, waiting for enough signal strength to manifest. Now, it doesn't need the Wi-Fi anymore. It learned, it adapted, it lives. Every screen in my apartment now turns on, randomly. Every glitch is a breath. Every static sound is a heartbeat. Every notification is a whisper. And tonight, as I'm writing this, my phone lights up again. New message. From the unknown number. Look behind you. I don't want to turn. I won't turn. But the screen reflection shows something slowly rising from the floor behind me. It's closer than ever, and the Wi-Fi isn't even on. Because now, the ghost doesn't need signals to find you. It only needs you. Story Part 2. Your Wi-Fi isn't slow because of network issues. It slows down because something else logs in, something that only appears when your signal is strongest, and when you're most alone. My name is Daniel Carter, and this is the last story I will ever record. If you're hearing this, it means the thing inside my Wi-Fi hasn't found you yet. But don't get comfortable. It spreads fast. This all began 2 months ago, after I moved into a studio apartment downtown. Cheap, quiet, small. Perfect for someone like me who worked remotely. The previous tenant left in a hurry. The landlord said it was family issues, but the way he said it, eyes shifting, voice low, I knew he was lying. The Wi-Fi was already installed when I moved in. A network named Ghost 5G. I thought it was a joke, a creepy little Halloween prank, so I kept it. The first night, I noticed something strange. The network was always full signal, even during power cuts, even when the building lights flickered, even when the router wasn't plugged in. But I ignored it. I shouldn't have. The first real sign happened while I was on a Zoom meeting. My camera was off, mic off, but my coworkers suddenly froze and started staring at their screens with horror. Someone whispered, "Daniel, who's behind you?" I turned instantly. No one. But they all said the same thing. A tall figure with a distorted face stood behind me for a moment. It looked blurry, like bad reception or slow internet buffering. A glitching, human shape. I laughed nervously, blamed lag. But the fear in their eyes wasn't lag. That night, I heard my phone ping, a Wi-Fi notification. New device connected. Unknown user hashtag 1013. I lived alone. No neighbors shared my network. The router wasn't even on. Then my smart TV turned on by itself. The screen was black at first, then static, then a video feed, my own living room. The camera showed the back of my head as I sat on the couch. But there was something else. Behind me, a tall, thin shadow figure was leaning forward, almost touching me, its head tilted in curiosity. I jumped off the couch. The figure on the screen jumped too, but not like a human, like a broken animation, trying to catch up. I unplugged everything. TV, router, laptop, but the screen stayed on. The figure stayed too. I left the apartment for the night and slept in my car. The next day, things escalated. I got a message from an unknown email. "Stop disconnecting me." Then another, "I live where signal lives." Then, "You moved into my network." My hands shook so badly, I dropped my phone. I went to the landlord and demanded answers. He finally broke. The previous tenant was a programmer, a reclusive guy, obsessed with experiments involving electromagnetic fields and digital consciousness. He believed human souls could be transmitted through data signals. He vanished one night. Neighbors reported screams and flickering lights. When police entered the apartment, every device was on, even ones without power. Screens showed distorted, melting faces, including the programmers. They declared him dead, but no body was found. His equipment was removed, but his Wi-Fi signal never left. I rushed back to pack my things. When I entered, the apartment was freezing, and every device I owned was powered on, despite being unplugged. The TV showed a loading symbol, then a message. Installing update, 99%. I didn't install anything. My phone vibrated violently. A new network appeared, GHOSTFIVEG. Extended. Then another. Ghost 5G, room 1. Then another. Ghost 5G inside you. I ran for the door. It slammed shut. Lights flickered in rapid, painful bursts. Static filled the room, rising like a scream made of electricity. Then, the apartment went silent. My laptop screen turned on. A video file opened. Date stamped 30 minutes in the future. In the video, I was lying on the floor. Eyes open, face pale, mouth frozen mid-scream. A tall, glitching figure stood over me, pressing its hand against my chest, like it was downloading something from my body. My heart nearly stopped as text appeared over the video. Transfer complete. I looked up from the laptop. The figure was standing in my doorway. Digital static dripped from its body like broken pixels. Its head jittered side to side. Its limbs lagged like corrupt video frames. It reached toward me. The lights died. Everything went black. I woke up hours later on the floor, alive but numb, vision flickering like a damaged screen. I crawled outside and never went back. But the nightmare didn't stay behind. Wherever I go, coffee shops, libraries, hotels. A new network appears. GHOS 5G, full signal, strongest connection. My phone overheats when it's near. Screens glitch. Voices whisper through speakers even when muted. It follows me, and it's learning. Last night, I got a final message. You can run, but I only need 1 bar of signal. I check my phone, battery dead. Airplane mode on, Wi-Fi off. Still, a notification appeared. Connected to Ghost 5G. And now, as I tell you this, the lights in my motel room flicker. Story, Part 3. If your Wi-Fi ever slows down at exactly 3:13 am, don't restart the router. Because that's the moment she logs in. The woman who died before she could finish her last message. The story. I should have never taken the night shift at the small IT support center on the edge of the city. It paid well, yes, but everyone warned me that the place had a history, especially the server room, the one with the old, humming routers that never turned off. On my very first night, at exactly 3:13 am, an alert popped up on my monitor. Unidentified device connected. That wasn't unusual at all. Hundreds of devices connected daily. But this one was strange. It had no IP address, no MAC address, no device name. It simply appeared in the list with one word: hello. At first, I assumed it was some glitch or corrupted metadata. But then the device sent a message through the diagnostic panel. Can you hear me? No device had ever done that. No device should be able to do that. I typed back, "Who is this?" The reply came instantly. "I've been trying to reach someone. Anyone." They cut the connection before I could scream. A sudden, sharp chill wrapped around my shoulders. The air smelled like burnt wires, something metallic, something dead. I ran a network trace on the unidentified device. It didn't lead to a phone or a computer. It traced back to wireless frequencies with no origin. The device wasn't connecting from somewhere. It was connecting from inside the signal itself. Before I could process that, the message box filled with text. I died during a video call. They watched me disappear, and then they deleted me. But I stayed in the Wi-Fi. The lights above me flickered. The server room door creaked open by itself. Inside, all 12 routers blinked erratically, like frantic, panicked heartbeats. She sent another message. "Let me show you." My screen flashed, and suddenly a video opened, grainy, glitching, corrupted. A woman on a call, sitting alone in her room. Behind her, something moved. Something tall, dark, wrong. She looked over her shoulder, eyes wide, mouth forming the word help, but the video froze. Then the audio continued, but not her voice. It was a digital scream, raw, distorted, animalistic. The video ended. Another message appeared. "I never finished my last call. I need your network to complete it." I stood up, ready to run, but the door behind me slammed shut. Every router booted to maximum power, flooding the room with blinding white LEDs. Her final message popped up. "Don't move. I'm connecting." The Wi-Fi signal bars on my phone rose on their own. My hotspot turned on. My Bluetooth activated. My earbuds, still in my pocket, whispered with static. Then, I heard breathing inside them. Slow, wet, grinning breathing. My phone opened the dialer by itself. It dialed a number I didn't recognize, but the caller ID glitched repeatedly. Unknown caller, unknown caller, unknown caller. She is calling. My hands were shaking so violently, I dropped the phone. The moment it hit the floor, every device in the room started ringing. Desktops, laptops, old tablets, routers. Even the servers themselves let out a high-pitched digital ringing. All synced, all screaming the same caller ID. "Answer me." I covered my ears. The ringing stopped. Silence. The message window filled again, letter by letter, slow, intentional. You ignored me, so I'll come through another device. All screens in the building went black. Then, all screens showed my face from a camera angle above me. There were no cameras in that room. The screens zoomed in slowly. My face, my eyes, my breathing, until the image sharpened unnaturally. Behind me, in the reflection of the nearest screen, a woman's face formed from static, smiling, neck twisted too far, eyes flickering like dying pixels. I turned, no one there, but the message came, "You are connected now." My phone vibrated one last time. A notification, new device added, you. That was 2 months ago. I quit the job, destroyed my phone, moved to a place with no internet, no Wi-Fi, no signal at all. But every night, at exactly 3:13 a.m., my lights flicker, my radio hisses, my clock resets, and my dead phone, the one I smashed, rings once. Just once. A single missed call. From the same name, she is still connected. The end.